1961 American League pennant race was never really in doubt, nor was the World Series for that matter. In Ralph Houck's first year as manager of the Yankees, the race that really riveted the baseball world involved three men: Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris. Jon Miller now on the drama involving two men and a Babe.
I imagine after all this is over, somebody may write a story about the month-long, day in, day out, excruciating pressure. There's one. It is going. It is going. It is going.
For one unforgettable season, the world stood still as two Yankees named Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle chased the largest legend of all.
When Ruth hit home runs, they seemed to be 100 feet high when they went past first base, and they just floated and floated and floated and went forever.
Ruth is in another dimension. There's major league ball players, and then there's Ruth.
He took American sports onto the nation's front pages like no personality had ever done before.
By late July, the M&M boys, Mantle with 39, Maris with 40, were trading homers almost daily.
We had a double race. Mantle against Maris, and the two of them against Babe Ruth. And the excitement just kept growing and growing all year long.
Every day, I had to write about Mantle and Maris, no matter what they did. If they struck out 4 times or hit 4 home runs, every day I had to have a story on them.
If somebody is going to break Babe Ruth's record, it better be this Superman, Mickey Mantle, who hits from both sides and was going to be the greatest player in the world. And who is this upstart nobody, Maris, to be hitting more home runs than Mickey?
Mantle had more color, more flair, more box office, more marquee value than Maris.
He didn't grow up in the Yankee organization. Mickey did. All the players on the Yankees were pulling for Mickey.
I think it took its toll on Roger, seriously. Roger Maris's, his demise as far as the public was concerned, as far as the press was concerned, was the elevation to hero status of another. That other was Mickey Mantle.
Cast by fate as the heavy, the shy 26-year-old was a deer in the media's headlights, and the glare almost destroyed him.
Maris wanted to hit the home runs, obviously, but he didn't like the attention and didn't know how to deal with it.
Roger Maris was under incredible pressure. He was thrust into this New York media market, was thrust into the most famous home run derby of all time.
His hair fell out. I mean, he had terrible headaches. The stress was something he could not handle.
He was alone. He wanted to be alone, loved to be alone. And I think the media attention ruined his career.
He just didn't want to be bothered. He wouldn't give a civil answer to some newspaper man he didn't know. And those he knew, he was barely civil with. He was dying. He just couldn't take the pressure.
He had all of the pressure in the world on him because people just could not identify him as breaking Babe Ruth's record.
By September 10th, Mantle, with 53 homers to Maris's 56, was forced out of the race by a series of ailments, leaving Maris to chase the legend alone. To increase his burden, Commissioner Ford Frick issued a ruling on July 17th, which would be argued for years to come.
When it was announced that Maris would only be given credit for breaking the home run record if he did it within 154 games, I think he's one of the great disservices ever done in sports.
Before a sparse crowd in Yankee Stadium, Maris finally tied Ruth in game 159. But had he really?
That moronic asterisk that was put on by Ford Frick, which is one of the dumbest things in the history of the game.
I have to agree with Ford on this. There should be an asterisk after it because of the number of games played, that's all.
If you hit 61 pitches out of the ballpark, put it in the record book and give him credit for it.
With Maris' long, torturous season all but over, Frick deflated the race further by clarifying his position. Although no asterisk would accompany Maris's total, there would also be no official recognition. On the last day of the year, Maris hit number 61 at home before only 23,000. The siege was over, but Maris would never be entirely free.
It's one of the most amazing achievements in sports because he was temperamentally the man least suited to do this.
What they did to Roger Maris was so horrible. The fact that the man hit the 61st home run is a miracle.
One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
The bitter ordeal that Roger Maris went through left a stigma on Major League Baseball, a lingering asterisk, that remained until the glorious summer of 1998 when Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa rewrote history. Astronaut Alan Shepard also made history in 1961 when he became the first American to be launched into space. The minimum wage rose to $1.25 an hour, and a Gallup poll revealed that the most admired woman in America was Eleanor Roosevelt.